Yo, what's going on? It's Diddy. Yo, Usher, Here I Stand is Usher's 5th album and dropped after one of the most successful R&B albums ever, Confessions. For some reason, this album wasn't accepted as much as that album was, but let's take a look into Usher, Here I Stand, and let's fix it. Usher, Here I Stand came out in 2008, not to make anybody feel old out here, but it didn't quite hit the sales that Confessions hit. Confessions sold over 10 million copies. Here I Stand still sits at 1 million copies according to the last SoundScan check that they did on the album. So why wasn't this album as accepted as Confessions was? There's an actual simple answer to this. Usher had just gotten married, and a lot of people didn't like his wife for whatever reason. But how does the music stand up? Let's take a look through the album and see what we got. There's quite a few singles from this album. We had Love in This Club, the remix, Moving Mountains, Trading Places, Here I Stand, and What's Your Name. Since Usher had just gotten married, it made more sense for him to go on a more mature tone with this album. He worked with some of the same songwriters he worked with on Confessions, but he also brought some new songwriters into the mix with The Dream, Tricky Stewart, Dre and Vidal, Jermaine Dupri, J.R. Rodham, James Fauntleroy, Neo, Stargate, and a whole bunch of other people. So what we're gonna do on this one to make this album better, we're gonna just cut 4 songs from the album. Just straight up cut 4 records. We're doing this on the fly, didn't pre-plan this or anything like that. We might change around the order. For the most part, the majority of this album is really good, so we're just gonna cut 4 songs, and I think the album will flow a lot better and sound a lot better for everybody. So let's fix Here I Stand. The first couple things we're gonna do, we're gonna leave a few things the same. The intro is gonna stay where it is. The intro sets the tone for the album. Love in This Club being the first record up makes a lot of sense. It just feels right, probably because I've listened to the album so many times, so we'll leave that be. So, This Ain't Sex. This is an okay song. The song isn't bad. It's got a nice tone to it. It derails the album for me because it just changes the tone immediately, because Love in This Club gets you amped. This Ain't Sex is this kind of mature look at mental stimulation in a sense. And I feel like it doesn't really fit the album. It does for the mature content side of it, but musically it doesn't fit. So this is one of the albums we're gonna dump in the trash can. This Ain't Sex. I know a lot of people love this song, but let's see what it sounds like after you get rid of this song. We're gonna just see the songs we're gonna get rid of first. We're just gonna keep going, and then we're gonna see if we need to reorganize afterwards. Trading Places is the next record, and I think this song stays on the album. It's a really good song. It's got a good vibe to it. Love the way he's singing. The beat sounds amazing. Moving Mountains. I'm torn on this because I heard that Usher and them felt like something was missing from this record, so they bought The Dream and them on at the last minute to add the bridge. The bridge is dope, but I don't feel like it's needed. The song's already kind of like over the top. It's a dope record, but I don't feel like the bridge is needed. But I'm not taking the song off the album. That song is dope. What's Your Name? Produced by will.i.am. I know him and will.i.am got Oh My God, but this one right here, this one wasn't it. So I think this is one of the ones that needs to go. Shout out to will.i.am though. I think he's a dope producer overall. He's got some dope records with Game. He's got a lot of stuff, but this one's got to go. The Prayer for You obviously is gonna stay because it perfectly leads into Something Special, which is one of the most incredible records on this album. I don't know how I didn't get the love it deserved, and I don't know why I wasn't a single, but either way, we're gonna leave that up there. Love You Gently is gonna stay. Love this beat, love the intensity on this record. It's got a great tone to it as well. This one is somewhat unique, so we'll leave that one on there. Best Thing featuring Jay-Z. This isn't my favorite Usher and Jay-Z record, but it's still a good Usher and Jay-Z record. They just have quite a few to pick from. This is part of that Ocean 7 crew that Jermaine Dupri put together this song. This song is dope. Before I Met You, I think we're gonna cut this one. This song isn't horrible or anything like that. It's just not it for the album. I felt like it changes the vibe of the album right after that, so we'll get rid of Before I Met You. His Mistake. Yo, Neo and Stargate, they just got this chemistry when they put songs together that anybody can take the record and it's gonna be out of here. And His Mistakes is gonna stay. I actually enjoy the remix with Fab. Fab put out a remix where he added a verse to it. Crazy. That could have been part of a deluxe edition, but we'll leave His Mistakes where it is. Appetite. Man, song is so dope, so real. Shout out to Danger Hands for this one. Just Danger. Goes by Just Danger now. But an amazing record. We're gonna leave Appetite alone. great vibe. What's a man to do? We're gonna cut this one. I know I just praised Stargate, but like I said, Stargate and Neo. This ain't Stargate and Neo, this is just Stargate. This one just doesn't do it for me. So we're gonna cut this record. What's a man to do? Gone. Lifetime, dope, amazing. We're gonna leave this one as it is. Loving This Club 2, the remix. Obviously we can't touch this. This joint is amazing, classic. Ain't nobody touching this record. We leaving that as it is. Here I Stand is an amazing record. I think this song should have ended the album, but it's dope. It doesn't matter. Crazy. Vocals is on point with this one. The production from Dre and Vidal on this one is crazy. The piano, everything about it. It sounds somewhat gospelish, like church-like, so we leaving that one. Will Work for Food, which was the bonus record by J.R. Rodham. I actually rock with Will Work for Love, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna back up and we're gonna take Lifetime, we're gonna scrap that, and we're gonna leave Will Work for Love up there. So now we're left with 14 joints. Let's go ahead and rearrange this thing. Like I said before, what we're gonna do, we're gonna leave the intro and Loving This Club where they're at. It makes the most sense. It feels right. It kind of just sets the tone of the album on a good pace. Let's leave that right where it is. So I think the safe pick would be to move Trading Places up to number 3. That seems it's the next record anyway. We're gonna do that because we want to keep the tone in a specific place. I think moving Mountains at number 4 is not a bad idea, but I'm not gonna put it there. I'm gonna move it down a little bit, but we're gonna put Appetite there instead. So we're gonna have Appetite come after Trading Places. Then after Appetite, we're gonna throw The Prayer in there with Something Special. I think that'll fit perfectly right there. So after Something Special, I think what we do Before I Met You. Before I Met You comes after Something Special. This way I think we still keep the flow moving in the same somewhat direction of topics of records. So now that we have Before I Met You, I think we go with Love You Gently, and then we go with Best Thing. Because see, with this tone, we kind of have the whole idea of the song talking about kind of like being with and chilling with the same person. So we're gonna keep that tone. And I think that works perfectly. So Love You Gently, and then Best Thing right afterwards. After Best Thing, we're gonna go with Loving This Club 2. And then after Loving This Club 2, I think the tone shifts. So Loving This Club 2 is the cap off before we change the vibe of the album. I think that actually makes a lot of sense. So let's do that. So we're down to the final 4 songs, and these songs change the tone. So what we're gonna do, I think it's too jarring. No, actually that makes a lot of sense. Let's just have a stark change of pace. We're gonna go with Moving Mountains next, because Moving Mountains is like really intense. So if you go from Loving This Club 2, you was just chilling, vibing, and then just a stark Moving Mountains, the way it even drops, it just drops abruptly and just starts with the intensity. Usher's just singing his ass off right from the jump. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do, because the safe route would be His Mistakes. So what we'll do is we'll do Moving Mountains first, and then we'll go His Mistakes. And then the last 2 records that we have are Here I Stand and Will Work for Love. So I think we'll go Will Work for Love second to last, and Here I Stand is the final song, just because the way the song is sung, and I believe it just fits because the album is called Here I Stand. So that should close out the album. It makes the most sense to me. That's what we're gonna do. Will Work for Love, and then Here I Stand. So with this new arrangement of the album, we pretty much have 2 tones, you know what I'm saying? We have the happy and love tone, and then we kind of have the whole issues in a relationship records, and like towards the end, and then we kind of close it out with Here I Stand, which is kind of like the conclusion of the whole situation. So let's go over it again. Intro, Loving This Club, Trading Places, Appetite next, Prayer for You, which is the interlude, Something Special, Before I Met You, Love You Gently, Best Thing, Loving This Club 2, Moving Mountains, His Mistakes, Will Work for Love, and Here I Stand. Let's go ahead, throw that in the playlist, come to the comments, and let me know what you guys think of the new arrangement that I put together. What would you do to fix Here I Stand from Usher? Why do you think it wasn't as accepted as Confessions was? Like I said, it was the whole Tamika thing, but I don't think it was that deep. Technically, it's the first time you've seen the relationship of somebody pretty much ruin somebody's album sales, which is kind of weird. But either way, Here I Stand. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys would have fixed Here I Stand, and how great you think the album is to begin with. This is Dane Diddy from R.O.S.E. Peace.